Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Closet. Geeks and the 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 geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Closet. Hello. Isn't me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile.
I'm not there yet, guys.
You're all I've ever wanted.
Wherever you are, I'm not
Your
there.
arms
More or less, I've overshot that.
Cause you know just what to say.
We meant different keys there. Keep going.
Really did.
And you know just what to do. And
You're
no
somewhere
one
feeling lonely, or is someone beside you? Why did I go high?
I don't know. I'm the one who has a higher reach than you. Anyway, let's start with our... that should be our intro song. I'll do it with my hands. Ready?
That's what she said! Boom! I had to swallow first, and I had to say that.
That's what he said!
Hey, holla at your boy.
Hold to God, you're please.
Welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Geeks in the Closet, the podcast for geeks by geeks. I am joined by my very talented panel. To my left, I have Fran putting the chic back in geek.
Hey, man.
And to my right, I've got Conor putting the absurd back in nerd.
Oh, you thought about that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
yes,
you've been looking forward to hosting.
I'm
just
in
so you can do
control
that.
this week, boys. And I am your moderator, Jay.
And what would you be? If I'm chic and geek and he's absurd in nerd, what would you be?
Yeah, I did have... I kind of thought about something for closet, but then I found out not a lot of things actually rhyme with closet, so I just dropped it.
Putting the lame into game?
That could work, but it's a good thing I'm moderator this week and you are not. Wait your turn, boy.
I'm next week, and I know how I'm introducing you now.
And I guess we'll start the show with my week in geek. Gentlemen, how was your week in geek? Let's go first with Conor.
Well, we go first with Fran.
He said Conor and he's in charge.
I said Conor, and yeah, I think
Okay,
we should
fine.
You
do
do
Conor.
this, you rail against the man. Every time the moderator says something, you try and fight
I
back.
can't help it. I choose to rebel so much.
Oh, and before he starts, full disclaimer, it is Fran's birthday today, and
Happy birthday, Fran.
Whoop, whoop.
Should we sing happy birthday?
shall we sing happy birthday?
I think we should sing happy birthday.
But in the style of Geeks in the Closet.
Okay. Ready? Oh, this
Okay,
is a very
this is a test now. This is very... We did not talk about this beforehand.
Okay. One,
Geeks. Oh, sorry.
2. Oh, geez, you can't even do the
I
countdown.
feel so special.
1, 2, 3.
Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet. Geeks in the closet.
Fran.
Francis.
Oh, we went different.
Fran.
Keep going.
Geeks in the closet.
There you go.
Oh, I feel very happy now.
Okay, and as you may have noticed by now, we are enjoying some revels at the moment. Don't let it bother you. Let's go straight into my week in geek with Conor. Conor.
Okay, my week in geek. So a little bit of an update. I said in our last episode of my week in geek that I am trying to platinum, which
Get
means
pregnant.
Here's hoping.
well, do you know what? If I do, I'll be very famous.
Nature finds a way, man. It's
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park.
Park.
Oh god, we're never gonna get all the things.
Okay, I'm not doing my job here. Stop it, Francis.
Oh god. Anyway, right, my week in geek. So as I mentioned last week, I'm trying to platinum Final Fantasy VII the port. Just an update, I have 50% of the trophies obtained.
Nice.
Some of the trophies I've got, I have the 3 rarest trophies.
Yeah.
I have those. But the problem is, the other trophies, they take a lot of grinding, a lot of time, so it won't be anytime.
Is it a case of, Conor, because I know it varies with PlayStation, is it a case of you've just reached a certain part of the game that you have these many trophies, or are there a lot of trophies that is actually quite difficult to obtain that you can miss?
I think I'm not the player to ask that question to, and this isn't the game, because I know Final Fantasy VII so well that when I started, the first thing I did before even the very, very first battle, the tutorial battle, I checked the trophies and kind of went through it. So I think the problem is I know what trophies are really difficult, and I know how to. Francis, your face is putting me off. Stop it.
That's what my mother says to me frequently.
As this is a video podcast, I can only describe Francis' face as interested but smug, and I don't know why.
Audio podcast.
What did I say?
He said it's a video podcast.
It's an audio podcast.
Anyway, so yeah, just that's an update. My 50%.
For gaming novices like myself, you said you're trying to platinum this game. Now, to me, that sounds like some sort of innuendo. Clarify?
It's not an innuendo. It's innuendo. No. So what I mean by platinum is there's certain games, not every single game, but certain games on PlayStation Network have a platinum trophy. Every game only has one platinum trophy ever. The platinum trophy is Francis. You're in such a fit of giggles. I can't get through any of my segments at all. Oh, the professionalism has gone down.
We've lost it, people. We're in episode 3 and we've finally lost it.
I'm so sorry, Fran's mom. Anyway, as
she left after episode 2. I didn't tell you this, guys, but no, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone.
Basically, sorry. No. Anyway, listener. So platinuming platinuming a game means that you get the platinum trophy. Always it means getting all the other trophies in the game, and then once you get the very, very last trophy, you get the platinum trophy. So that's it. Also, my Week in Geek, I continued watching and I thoroughly am enjoying Supergirl.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I think we need to think a minute.
You're enjoying Supergirl. That is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Why?
I'm getting the sense that there's a bit of a disagreement here between two of the geeks. I think we should hash this out right now.
Go for it, Brad.
No, I just didn't see that one coming. Lol.
It's a good show. I knew I was going to get slagged for this, so I did a bit of research. It has 97% approval rate in Rotten Tomatoes.
That's hard to get, actually.
How scientifically sound that is.
No, Rotten Tomatoes is
whatever way you feel about it. Rotten Tomatoes, I would think they're quite reputable. I would. And so the way Rotten Tomatoes works is it rates movies based on the users. So the users go on, they give it a certain percentage, and then it averages out. So like for it to average out at 97%. Yeah, well, generally speaking, whatever a critic says, if Rotten Tomatoes okays a movie, straight away I think, I usually agree with those.
Yeah.
That rating.
So, like I'm pretty happy. There's only 11 episodes so far. Calista Flockhart is in it, and she's very funny in it and very good. And then Supergirl is played by Melissa, and I actually looked up how to pronounce the name. Melissa Benoist is how she pronounces her.
I'm not sure if you're nailing it.
I don't think I am, and I think that might be the cider that I've been ingesting so far. No, look, it's pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it. It kind of focuses more on the Supergirl and the superhero and the villain aspect than it does a girl trying to make it in the world kind of a thing. There is a bit of a love triangle. I know Jay is going to be very annoyed by that, but as I said, it does take a backseat to the pretty impressive action sequences. And there's a pretty good twist as well, which I won't spoil, obviously. But I would recommend it. And I'm not just saying that because,
Okay, well, hopefully the love triangle doesn't last too long.
No, hopefully it won't.
Dear God. Okay, over to Fran. How was your Week in Geek?
It's been exciting, I would say, in a word.
Okay.
Basically, I've joined PlayStation Plus, so I'm now online with my gaming, which is a new experience for me. So
babies first.
So yeah. Basically, I was playing Batman Arkham City, as I said, and Arkham Knight. Apologies. And basically, it was just kind of this moment where I decided I need to take a break, and that was because Batman was on top of a building and he was about to break into this building, but he decided that it called for stealth. Am I ringing any bells here? So Batman decided this mission...
Is this spoilers for this game? I know the game's quite old.
No, he's like, this requires stealth. So instead of Batman scaling the building and entering the building, he decides to call Lucius Fox on his wrist pad. And Lucius decides to send a massive bat jet which then torpedoes the building with a closet or of some description in which there's a new stealth batsuit.
Yes.
And at that stage, like, how is that the more stealthy option? a
Batman
jet
should
can
have gone in
fly
there.
overhead and like literally shell the building with batsuits, and that's still considered. So I was like, right, I need a break. So anyway, the PlayStation Plus came just in time, and I'm actually enjoying Star Wars Battlefront, the online version.
Okay, yeah.
So I got the game when I bought my PS4. I got Star Wars Battlefront with the console.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't on PlayStation Plus, I was basically, if the game is a house, I was basically only inside the front door, like the porch.
Yeah.
Because they only have a very limited offline.
That's a really nice way to
That
explain
is a good
it.
way of putting it, yeah.
For what it's worth, you're only just about in the porch with Batman as well.
Okay. And I'm sure that was just a necessary. I'm sure I'm just reading into that too much.
Yeah, you are.
I'm overthinking it. But basically, there's the amount of the game of Star Wars Battlefront that you can play offline is very interesting. It teaches you all the main skills you need, but it is quite limited. So basically, just been going online, and I've focused on Fighter Squadron.
Okay.
Which is basically just air battles. So you can be on the Imperial side or the Rebels. You back and forth. You don't get a choice.
Okay.
So if you start off at Rebels, the next game you're going to be Imperial, and back and forth. It's good fun. It's exciting. It's basically just chasing people down, shooting them. You can collect tokens, and tokens can either give you a vehicle repair, a weapon cooldown. So basically, if you overshoot, you're basically flying defenseless for about 30 seconds, or that cools that down.
Yeah.
And then the third option, which is very, very rare, is you get basically a hero vehicle. So if you're fighting for the Imperials, you get Jango Fett's slave ship.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of... Well, it's kind of like a croissant shaped ship. Basically, it's a croissant.
You couldn't have gone with semicircular?
Well, it's not. It's more puff pastry.
So it's a croissant class starfighter or something.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm going to call it now.
If you go for the Rebel side, you get the Millennium Falcon,
which is shaped like a
donut.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Pancake?
Not a donut. There's no circular hole in the middle, really.
That doesn't have to be for a donut. Have you had a Boston cream? They're just solid and they're delicious. Jam-filled donuts.
I feel like you're missing the point here. This is the
I feel like you don't know your pastries.
No, clearly not.
Oh God, being moderator is hard this week.
To be honest, you have an extra challenge because you have drunk people to rein in.
Yes, and I am also drinking. So, Fran, please keep us up to date with all things Star Wars. I'm quite interested in how.
Great fun. Haven't got the Millennium Falcon yet. Played with the slave ship.
Yeah.
It's more powerful, got more weapons, can last longer. Problem is, basically, it draws enemies like a magnet. So you get it, everyone's like, take this guy down. Because the game is divided up between taking down as many enemies as you can, defending your cargo ships, and taking down enemy cargo ships.
Cool.
So when you have this, when you get the hero ships, you're at a serious advantage.
Yeah, cool. I'm genuinely interested because I don't currently own that game, so I'm wondering whether it should be in future J purchases.
Well, I think it'd be good crack if we could get more people that you know playing, because you can watch each other's backs. And stuff.
This is the pitch. This is the pitch, Conor.
I saw it coming.
Okay, so my week in geek. Well, I decided to shake things up in the PlayStation realm, and I went to play season 2 of The Walking Dead.
Oh, I've only started it,
which I'm quite enjoying. Yeah, you did start it, but I've now finished 2 of the episodes.
Oh, you're well ahead of me.
In 2 nights, so I'm a little bit ahead of you because I do check your trophies religiously, just to be sure. But I am enjoying it. I'm kind of finding, though, without getting into spoilers, I'm more ruthless this season than I was last season.
Well, it makes sense in terms of a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
As the story progresses, you are going to become desensitized.
Yeah, well, I suppose I'm a new character, and the new character's quite young, so I'm kind of feeling like, I've got to protect my young character. Like, screw everybody else.
Are you playing more ruthless to be more conservative with life? Or are you playing more ruthless because you think it'd be more entertaining to watch?
No, it depends on the situation. I mean, last season I was trying to keep...
Just a thought. Sorry to cut across you. Our listeners probably aren't aware of Telltale games.
This is true. And
I don't think Fran is
totally... I am totally...
Yeah, Telltale games are very story-driven, so it's not your game that you're not battling anyone, you're not in full control, you're not... jumping around. There's no double jumps in this game, people. It's more of a story-driven comic style game. So you are walking around. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of heart-aching choices that you have to make, and depending on what you've decided to do or what you've said to someone or what you've chosen to keep from someone, it can really, really harm your game or benefit you. You know, it can decide who survives in this game or whether indeed you survive. You have a lot of choices to make, and your choices are very, very important, integral to the whole game. So that is Telltale.
Yeah. I always like to put it in a nutshell that a Telltale game is less of a game, more of a cinema experience where you have input into the choices that the character makes.
Yeah, it's almost like a movie that you actually decide a few things in.
Well, you know those novels when we were younger where like...
Give yourself goosebumps.
Should the hero
Yes.
jump out the window, construct a bomb using a banana and a peacock?
If so, move to page 345.
Exactly.
If the hero should tie their shoe, move to page 4.
Yeah, very much like that.
Yeah.
You have to live with those consequences. Like, there was once or twice where I accidentally pressed the button I didn't mean to, and then I was like, oh no, I didn't want to do that, I'm going to take it back. You can't take it back. You'd have to start the whole thing again. Like, you've got to live with those consequences.
I actually played the first Walking Dead on the Xbox 360, but it suffered from a serious amount of lag. And basically, I'd be presented with this problem, given 3 options: queue glitch. Yeah. And by the time the screen unfroze, time had run out, or it made default decision, and
it was a bit
I
of
had
a
to give up. It was shocking. I'm told that the bugs were fixed later on, but it just killed it for me.
It's the kind of the price you pay for an episodic typed release. So these came in different episodes, and you downloaded the episodes separately, and which is an interesting way to do it, I guess. It's like you're getting the comic every week and you're getting the next run, you know, which was quite interesting.
Except it's not weekly.
Yeah, it's not weekly. Yeah, that's it. But I would definitely endorse Telltale. Any Telltale game. They have a few they're making now.
They have a few. I've also played. I've played season 1. I started season 2 of Walking Dead. I also played Tales from the Borderlands, which is a Telltale game. So Borderlands is a first person shooter game. It's kind of an RPG shooter that's set in an alien world. It's very comic booky art style. It's very funny. It's very violent in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way. But the Tales from the Borderlands Telltale game fits perfectly in with Borderlands and Borderlands 2, and it's very funny, and it's kind of nearly better than the Borderlands games, the mainstream. Just
okay, I haven't played either, so
yeah, I think, and what's really good is if you see the Telltale game Tales from the Borderlands, you don't have to have played Borderlands or Borderlands 2.
Okay,
there's cameos and there's clips that you'll be like, oh look, it's such and such, but that's not a big deal. Okay. So they're worth playing.
I am looking forward to playing the Game of Thrones, which I've also downloaded. Telltale's on a Game of Thrones series. I probably will do that in the lead up to actual Game of Thrones, so we'll talk about that again later. And they are bringing out a Gotham Telltale game as well. That has the potential to be quite good, could also be quite bad. We shall wait and see.
Gotham the TV show style, or Gotham Batman?
I probably shouldn't have said Gotham. It's Batman. It's a Batman related Telltale, but who the main character is, I don't know. I'm assuming you're just a Gotham resident, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So shall we move on to news, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Why not?
Francis, off you go.
This week the news is going to be delivered in the form of a traditional Japanese haiku.
Okay, I am intrigued.
Okay, it's actually not, but that's something for down the line that maybe we can consider.
It's your birthday, we'll let you get away with anything.
Okay, no, news is...
don't say that. Don't give him free reign.
It's your birthday. Right, we're casting off the news with some news of casting.
Hey, look at you, just smooth segue.
Neil Patrick Harris, actor / magician, might just play Count Olaf, the actor, con artist and villain in Netflix's upcoming adaptation of Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Harris is in talks to follow in the footsteps of Jim Carrey and play the man who adopts the unfortunate Baudelaire children, Sunny, Violet and Claus, after their parents die in a mysterious fire. The news comes as the series has lost its showrunner, Mark Hoddis, and is on the hunt for a new one, who surely won't disappear under mysterious circumstances.
Bum, bum, bum.
The adaptation of the 13-book series is set for a 13-episode order, and filming on the Netflix series is rumoured to begin in March in Vancouver, according to Deadline.com. Now, Melina Wiseman, best known, Conor, for playing young Kara Zor-El on CBS's DC Comics series Supergirl, has been cast as the ever-clever Violet.
Really?
Yeah, so the young
I see her in my head. Yeah, she appears in the opening credits, and she's in a lot of the first episode of Supergirl, and then she appears rarely in the next 10 episodes in flashbacks just to kind of fill in backstory. Yeah, she's not the worst child actress I've ever seen. She wouldn't be the most amazing, but the flashbacks and things she's in are very, very brief, so you don't really get a chance. She doesn't get a chance to sink into the character. You don't get a chance to see her acting chops. No, I'll reserve judgment yet, but I'm not worried.
Cool. Claus will be portrayed by Lewis Hines, and this will be his first role so far. And the human Swiss Army knife that is Sonny has not yet been formally cast. The 2004 movie of the same name, featuring the enigmatic Jim Carrey, has split opinions, with a lackluster but not embarrassing rating of 6.8 on IMDb and a score of 72% on the tomato meter of Rotten Tomatoes. So I know we
don't listen to those.
Sorry, can we just point out that was the first slur of the podcast? So we're on beer 4 for Francis.
Neil Patrick Harris recently tweeted, I'm excited to portray Count Olaf. I'm excited-ish to portray Count Olaf. It's spending all day with those 3 horrible child actors that will be a challenge. Hashtag sneer, hashtag shudder. And that was as recently as 16th of January, which makes it seem like it is a dead set.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited. I enjoyed the movie. I didn't really sound wrong. I like the gothic look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I missed out in the book, and I feel bad that I missed out in the book. As a child, I did miss out on something there. I did enjoy the movie when it came out, but I had nothing to compare it to. I did enjoy it. I didn't rock my world or anything, but I thought it was a good watch.
I don't think I enjoyed it when I first watched it. I think I watched it recently enough over Christmas, and because there's been such a long gap between the last time I'd seen it, and like a huge gap since I read the books, I was kind of like, oh, nice to kind of remember. Yeah. I had a huge cast, like Billy Connolly, Dustin Hoffman,
Meryl Streep.
Is it Meryl Streep or is it Helen Mirren?
It's
because it's the
Quaid. It's the Costner Quaid correlation. The Costner Quaid correlation. No, it is Meryl Streep.
So I think it'll be good. I mean, Neil Patrick Harris, he hasn't done anything wrong in a long time.
No. I have 2 points I want to say about that. One, you said it was 13 episodes. There are 13 books.
Yes, there's no evidence yet whether it's going to be one episode per book. Hopefully not, because the books are full of information.
Yeah, especially the latter ones.
Then the other thing is that if you look at a lot of Netflix, 13 is their magic number.
It is, yeah. They do 13.
Yeah, so that could just be pure.
It's 10 or 13.
Yeah,
really.
It's
like,
very.
But having said that, I read all the 13 books when I was I'll say that again. I read the first 7 or so when I was a kid.
Same.
And then when book 8 came out, I was in secondary school and I was way too cool to be reading kids' books. Yeah. So I stopped. But then I got to college.
Geek in the closet, see?
Yeah. But then I got to college and I had access to them again and I read them all from 1 to 13. Finish. Yeah. Just to be like, look, I never finished these. These are pretty good. So it's kind of fresher in my mind. I can't see how they could get more than 2 episodes out of the first 4 books. I really don't.
But then maybe then there is some credibility to the 13th episode.
Yeah. And the other thing I was going to say was that I'm very excited about Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf. Neil Patrick Harris, for anyone who
lives under a rock.
Yeah, you should know Neil Patrick Harris.
No, that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say was he guest starred for maybe 2 or 3 episodes in season 4 of American Horror Story, and the character he portrayed in that, when I heard he was cast, I was there thinking, nah, he's too funny, he's too charming, there's no way he could be scary.
Have you seen Gone Girl?
Intimidating.
Yes.
No.
He's in Gone Girl.
Is he?
Very different character in Gone Girl.
Okay. Well, all I was going to say was he's very, very good in American Horror Story, so I imagine the skills he got from that will portray over.
Yeah.
And also, one thing is, he is a former child star himself, so I'd say he will kind of take those 3 children under his
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser. Yeah. Plus, let's not forget his Academy Award-winning work in Smurfs.
Or let's forget.
He was very good in Glee.
Yes,
he was.
Dream On episode.
Dream On, he's got some pipes on him.
Barney Stinson.
Oh, well.
Some would say Count Olaf and Barney Stinson are 2 sides of the same coin, but we shall see.
That's a small group of people.
Yeah, mostly me. But in other casting news, did you guys know that Colin Farrell is going to feature in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
No, yes. Not at all.
Yes, he is cast apparently as the second in command to the American Wizarding President. So you've seen House of Cards, think Doug Stamford.
So as in,
he's the person. If you haven't seen House of Cards,
he's the personal assistant, basically.
Yeah, the right-hand man.
Okay.
Yeah.
to the American magical president.
Yeah, magical president.
As in this guy Doug Stamper in House of Cards, he was the president's right hand man. So he was like the official press release guy. He was also I need someone taken care of. Could you whack him for me, guy? So
kind of
anything you need done, anything you need done, he will do it.
So I didn't even know he was in the movie, but apparently that's his role. Okay. And secondly, did you know that Forrest Whitaker is in Rogue One?
No.
Look at me knocking these out of the park. Yes, apparently he's in Rogue One.
Surprised.
And so far, speculation says that how important this is to the overall storyline, I do not know. But that his character, wait for it, possibly, wait for it,
I'm waiting,
has a limp.
Oh,
that's all the information that they've released. That is literally all the information that they've released so far. Okay, finally, a reason to visit Amsterdam.
As if anyone needs another. Go on.
But the first European hotel dedicated to serving gamers has opened for business in Amsterdam. It is called the Arcade Hotel, rather aptly, and it is located in the city's De Pijip area. Each of its 36 rooms includes consoles and games. For example, we got Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Game Boy, GameCube, Atari. It's more vintage. You wouldn't really have the PS4s and the Xbox 360s. Prices range from a reasonable €75 per night to kind of the interest-peaking €350 per night.
Wow.
And they also have 3 packages on their website.
Foot rubs while you game? I don't know.
You can get the Friends package, the Romantic package, and the Bartender's Wet Dream.
Are these cocktails or...
No, these are packages. You can buy these packages on their website.
Okay.
And there's even a comic book library on their premises.
Wow.
Their website very much brags about their waffles.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Of all things.
Yeah. Looking at the website, the hotel has a very modern look. And owner Daniel Salmanovic told VG247 that he wanted to create a place where travelers and gamers feel like they're staying at a friend's home.
Oh, Daniel, if you're listening, we love you.
Yeah, we do.
Sponsor us.
Yeah. Looks good.
Rate, share, follow.
Now, staying in the same vein but slightly closer to home, there's some major news for Dublin gamers, particularly those of the Northside Persuasion, as the Rage video game and music store. That's the Record
and Games Emporium.
Ooh.
And also, just before you say that, we were not paid to say their name.
They're on Fade Street, have announced in a recent Facebook post that they've moved forward in plans to set up a venue in the city. Now, what does that mean? Well, they say they've secured a huge premises and compiled amazing original arcade machines, top-tier pinballs, and that they'll provide drinks, snacks, music, consoles, events, screenings, and more. Planning documents connected to the endeavour speak of a shop, restaurant, and possibly a bar. The exact whereabouts is still a mystery. Previously, the company were declined planning permission regarding a venue near Smithfield. Speculation as to whether this was appealed successfully or another venue has been sourced remains unfounded, although claims of the GPO arcade off Henry Street they have been mentioned. Now, whether that's definite or not, that's
a prime location, isn't
very,
it?
very, very useful. The following is a quote from the dailyedge.ie. A spokesperson for The Rage told Daily Edge that while planning is ongoing, they are reluctant to reveal any more details. With 3 years of work behind the project already, they say they would not like to mislead or disappoint any potential customers. So there's plans, it's moving forward, but they don't want to give out in the way. Their news has generated quite a substantial buzz online, with many voicing a hope for a barcade venue. Have you ever heard of Barcade, guys?
Well, I haven't, but
I guess I know what it is.
I think I know what it is.
Well, Barcade, as the name suggests, is a combination bar and arcade, which started in Brooklyn but now boasts a series of other locations in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. The website states it likes to focus on classic video games and American craft beer. So, I think we'll keep an eye on this one, guys.
I am so interested in that. Yeah, let's keep tabs on that. Absolutely.
Be absolutely amazing.
I think I know where we'll be celebrating the next Geek in the Closet birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Now, next, a touching message from Deadpool.
Oh.
I get it.
The world...
Oh, no.
Do you get it? Do you know it?
I'm kind of worried now because it's Deadpool. But go on. No, sorry.
Okay.
I'm reading into the title. Go on.
The world waits with bated breath for the impending release of the next Marvel hero, and as the Dreadline...
The Dreadline?
Oh! Second slur of the evening.
As the deadline draws closer, fans of the film have been treated to a wide range, a wide range of various humorous advertising gimmicks. The latest of which shows the hyper-violent, irreverent lunatic taking a moment to get real. The video shows Deadpool reclining on a snooker table fondling 2 snooker balls as he talks about the reality of testicular cancer.
Oh, okay, shit got real.
Yeah,
okay.
it did
Yeah,
it
okay.
really quickly.
Yeah,
It did, but it doesn't at the same time.
Okay.
He encourages men to take some time to deliver regular checks for irregularities on their man parts. And these irregularities may be indicative of cancer. He delivers his advice in typical Deadpool style, using terminology including happy sack, bag of beans, man berries, smooth criminals, bad boys, and tomatoes.
Smooth criminals, I like it.
While humorous and attention garnering, the video has been praised for raising awareness of testicular cancer, the most common form of cancer for men between 15 and 35. While psychopathic, violent, potty-mouthed, and fundamentally damaged on every conceivable level, Deadpool is considered an excellent poster boy for this campaign, as his alter ego...
Yeah.
Wade Wilson.
Wade
There you go.
Wade Wilson...
He had to whisper to the other 2 geeks.
Because I know that there's someone in DC called
Slade.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting into that.
His alter ego, Wade Wilson, has cancer in the comics, so they're kind of seen as this is a good use of his backstory. That's it.
Okay.
I saw that video, and did you watch it?
Yeah,
Fran?
For
Very-
research, clearly.
Clearly,
Did you not get that vibe from that?
No, I did.
in-depth?
No, it's very funny, but it's very, very scientifically and health-wise, it's very relevant, and it's exactly what you should be doing.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a really clever thing, and I kind of admire the Deadpool PR team. They've been doing phenomenal.
They
work.
have a lot of those ads that have been churning out are very good.
I just while you were talking there, I just jotted down the ones that I can remember. So there was a Deadpool Australia Day video.
Yeah, Aussie. Yeah.
And
Calling out
there's
Hugh Jackman.
calling Hugh Jackman. Then there was the billboard that they put up where it was kind of done with this, like the emoji speak with a skull for dead, a poo for poo, Deadpool. Then there was the romantic looking one saying like love never dies, Deadpool, and it was just like
for Valentine's Day.
If you want to fool your girlfriend into going to see a Marvel movie,
just show that poster.
Show her that poster and take her to Deadpool.
Yeah, no, it's just it's just they can't stop impressing me.
Then there's the video with him meeting the kids for Halloween.
Oh, that was so funny.
So good.
No, they're actually on fire.
Very, very good.
Roland.
It's nice to know he's taking on a serious campaign, because I think the Irish campaign for was it prostate cancer? I can't remember. It was Go Blue. It comes on every
Blue September.
Blue September. That has failed miserably. Absolutely miserably.
Yeah, hopefully Deadpool can get men to touch themselves more. For a good cause.
For a very good cause.
The ending quote in that video is very funny. It's something like, "So guys, be sure to tweak the tomatoes before you cream the cucumber," or something like that. It's
God.
It's perfect.
Anyway, God bless Ryan Reynolds. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so there's more Potter on Pottermore.
Woo!
Have you heard about this?
No.
No, Connor?
No,
Really?
I shook my head. Sorry, no.
Really?
Audio listeners.
Okay, I'm surprised. J.K. Rowling, well, maybe we'll wait. We'll soon find out. J.K. Rowling and Pottermore, the website designed as a life support machine for Potterheads everywhere, has revealed the names and details of numerous magical educational institutes across the world.
No, this is not.
This only
Oh,
was released today.
hit me with this now. Okay.
This is what we call
yeah,
cutting edge news. So basically, it happened about maybe.
Is there an Irish?
14
Is there an
hours ago.
Irish institute?
No, but I think that's been established that Hogwarts is. The
Because I kind of
Britain
guessed because
Seamus Finnegan.
Yeah.
Although
yeah.
he's the only Irish wizard.
I was hoping there was some sort of hedge wizard school. Like,
Well,
I really was.
Other ones would be white or blackthorns.
apparently there's 11 magical schools across the world.
Okay, so we know of Durmstrang.
Yep.
We know of the
Beauxbatons.
Beauxbatons, yeah.
and Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
That's all
And we know there has to be an American one because the Americans are referenced
Yes.
all the time.
Now, the American one is called Ilvermorny.
Spell?
Ilvermorny. Ilvermorny. Now,
Okay.
it's North American. There's a Central American or South American. I'll get to that. Information on it is very tight-lipped. presumably because it'll feature in the next movie.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
because that is based in America.
Yeah.
So that one, actually, there's no information on that. When you click on that on Pottermore, it just says
the name
coming
doesn't
soon.
sound it, but does the name of the place have something to do with Native American or something? Like, where's that
Again,
coming
it
from?
doesn't really
It doesn't
sound
sound
like
it. Yeah, but okay.
tight-lipped. Now, where will we go to first? How about we go to Japan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ancient Japan. Mahut o Koro.
Oh, look at you go!
I have them all phonetically spelled out here. Mahut o Koro.
Mahut Okuro.
This is the Japanese school of magic, right?
Oh.
And basically, go on to Pottermore. There's a whole section for wizarding schools. They divide them up.
I bet they're not using wands. I bet they're using something cooler.
It doesn't actually specify, but we'll get back to that because Africa,
Okay.
the African school.
It's probably all shiny.
Staves. Like, yeah, I think. Okay.
Interesting hand gesture there. Now, in
He was
Japan,
creaming a cucumber. He wasn't
I'm
thinking
going to
of
keep
the
this nice and short, right? But in
Dude.
Japan, I'm going to give one nugget about everything. In Japan, students are presented with enchanted robes when they arrive. These grow in size as the students do, and they gradually change in colour as the learning of the wearer progresses, beginning a faint pink colour and becoming, if top grades are achieved in every magical subject, a lovely gold colour.
So no cheating in your tests.
No, but listen to this. If the robes turn white, this is an indication that the student has betrayed the Japanese's wizard code and adopted illegal practices, which in Europe, of course, we all call dark magic.
Funny that they go white. For
Yeah,
dark.
but they have that actually with the demon masks in Japan, and I hope I'm getting this right. But a white color on a demon
the
mask,
Kabuto mask.
it's meant, whatever it's called. That's meant to be like a really bad thing, isn't it?
To turn white is a terrible disgrace, which results in instant expulsion from the school and trial at the Japanese Ministry for Magic. They also are famous for their Quidditch prowess.
Okay.
Africa is called Ouagadougou. And although Africa has a number of smaller wizarding schools, there's only one premier one that has stood the test of time. That's for Wizarding World, that's about 1,000 years. And they've achieved an enviable international reputation. Ouagadougou is the largest of all wizarding schools. It welcomes students from all over the enormous continent.
Largest.
Yeah, well, it's a massive continent.
Population.
So, yeah.
The only address is given as Mountains of the Moon. And visitors speak of a stunning edifice carved out of the mountainside and shrouded in mist so that it seems like the castle is floating. Some would, like nearly everyone would say, magic originated in Africa, and
As
the
people
Ouagadougou graduates are especially well versed in astronomy, alchemy and self-transfiguration. They also state that they don't really use wands, they're more of hand gestures.
Okay.
I'd imagine it would be in Egypt, because Egypt is just the oldest. It's the pretty much the first civilization, so it'd make sense of the wizard to be there.
Mountains of the Moon, I don't know.
There's a mountainous region in South Egypt. So
I guess we'll
It's very possible. It's very possible.
in Brazil, there's Castelo Bruxo. Castelo Bruxo. This takes students from all over South America. It's hidden deep within the rainforest. The fabulous castle appears to be a room to any muggles who stumble across it. There's some debate between Hogwarts whether who came up with that idea first. Castelo Bruxo, the students wear bright green robes, and they are especially advanced in herbology and magazoology. The school offers very popular exchange programs for students in Europe for the chance to study magical flora and fauna of South America. So yeah, basically North America yet to come. Africa is covered, Japan is covered, Central America is covered, and you also get some more information on Bobatons and Durmstein. Yep. And
Wow.
Hogwarts, obviously. Yeah. So that's completely open to the world. One tweeter asked J.K. Rowling, "What about students from Australia and that part of the world?"
that was the first thing.
Yeah, because they actually have a map of the world and they've got all the different locations highlighted. And all J.K. Rowling, she retweeted back. She said,
Japan.
She said, more to come.
Oh, there's
okay,
more.
yeah.
Okay, that's not
Because there
all
is
of them.
11, so at the minute we've only got 1,
Okay,
2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've another 4 to go somewhere around the world.
Cool.
Wow.
Very interesting.
I was not expecting that.
No, that's breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
It's interesting because a few years ago, I read a fan fiction novel, a series of novels where it was based on James Potter, Harry's son.
Yes.
And in that he does a year abroad in an American school, and apparently and not apparently, for definite, J.K. Rowling had read all those books and was a major fan, and she thought they'd really fit in, and she was like, I can't make them canon or official or anything, but I really enjoy them and I think they're well written. So I thought when you said American, I was like, oh, I wonder is he gonna, but no, it wasn't that name. I can't remember the name now, but it's very, very good.
Okay.
And all those novels are for free to download if anyone's interested in reading them, so they're pretty good.
Have you got the name there ready?
I'll get it in a second. I'll when Fran has finished the news, I'll find it out for you.
Okay, more Game of Thrones deaths revealed.
Oh no! What? No!
Yes.
I don't know this. No.
The show, infamous for playing fast and loose with its audience's heartstrings, has lost yet another long-standing cast member.
You're not going to say who it is.
Scenes reminiscent of the Red Wedding.
Don't say, can he do this?
I'm
He's
live
doing
on
this.
air. Live on air.
No, you're not. It's recorded.
We're not going to edit this. It is basically live.
Even though their appearance in Game of Thrones is a fleeting one, County Antrim's dark hedges are very instantly recognisable as the King's Road. The iconic tunnel of trees on the Breha Road near Armoy features as the King's Road in the HBO television series. But now some of the 200-year-old trees have fallen victim to the savagery of Storm Gertrude.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know, right?
For God's sake.
Apparently this is geek news now.
Oh, Francis' birthday or not? Get the hell out.
Basically, high winds have ripped up 2 of the trees on Friday morning, causing them to collapse on the road.
Do you think anybody cares about that?
Apparently it's a big deal because it's going to
It's not a big deal in the least.
It's going to disrupt the Northern Ireland tourist
I held my
industry.
breath through the whole thing.
I thought he was going to ruin everything. I was going to stab him with my pen.
Oh, God.
And lastly, but not leastly, the Screen Actor Guild Awards is on tonight.
Oh,
and featuring amongst the many awards for outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series, we have Game of Thrones.
Good.
House of Cards, we might be interested in that, and also Downton Abbey.
Okay.
For outstanding performance by an ensemble in a comedy series, we have Modern Family, The Big Bang Theory, Orange is the New Black. Everyone's aware kind of movie.
How do the geeks in the closet feel about Big Bang Theory?
Did you heard of?
I've lost track of it. I was very much in favour of it, and then when I stopped watching television and moved fully online, I just lost Big Bang Theory entirely.
Yeah, I've stopped basically. Yeah.
I enjoy watching it, but I've heard a lot of people say that it's basically like geek nerd blackface, like that the actors are, it's very fake and very superficial, their geekiness and
There's
stuff, which I think is just a silly comment.
There's no cool nerds in it. There's no cool geeks, and like they do exist. Like where's the geek who's playing hockey on the weekend? Like there should be one of those, but there isn't. No, that is a fair point, but I guess that wouldn't be comedy then.
True.
They need to be a parody, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah,
That's an interesting question. I'm going to ponder that now. Francis, anything else to add?
Lastly, just like Peter Dinklage is up for outstanding performance by a male actor in a drama series for his role as Tyrion Lannister. I haven't seen it, but Mr. Robot, I've heard some good things.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi kind of thing.
Okay.
The actor called Rami Malek is up for his role as Elliot, and also outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture sees Jurassic World, Mad Max Fury Road, and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation get some nominations.
Okay.
And the same category for comedy or drama series sees Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead and Marvel's Daredevil. So there's a lot of geek representation.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
a
going to
Netflix
be.
show was nominated.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And this is taken
and
directly
they've
from the
thrown
website.
Homeland in there. Just okay.
But there's a lot of explosions in Homeland.
Okay, true. Oh, wow,
That's impressive.
That is
So
interesting.
in that category, we can say out of the 5 nominations, 3 of them are definitely geek related: Game of Thrones, Daredevil, and Walking Dead. Then the Blacklist and Homeland are just they're good programs. I watch both of them.
I've never watched Homeland, but
geek-centric.
I know of it, and I know it is supposedly extremely good.
Yeah.
That's interesting that a Netflix show was nominated. Now I know that's the Screen Actors Guild Awards, but what you call it? I think it was the Oscars last year. What was the Netflix movie? It was their first feature.
Beasts of No Nation.
Yeah, they
were snubbed.
Yeah, they were snubbed, and the Oscar Academy, basically said, "Look, it wasn't shown in the cinema, so it's not eligible." So I thought it was interesting. That was their way of saying, "No, screw you, internet boys."
I'm guessing this might feed into the whole racism thing that's going on now, and with the Oscars and that. Like, I haven't really been following it closely,
No.
but it is ongoing.
But I suppose with Daredevil, you can buy the Daredevil box set. Do you know what I mean? Can you buy Beast of the Nation as a disc?
I don't know.
Neither do
I have no idea. I must watch it actually.
I watched half of it, had to stop because it's very heavy.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you, Francis, for an excellent news segment. I was not expecting the news of that gravitude.
I think we should dedicate this episode to the fallen trees.
To the fallen trees.
Yeah.
Of County Antrim, was it?
Yeah.
We shall do that.
They're
okay.
literally.
If I could just, before we move on to news, just because I said I would say it, the James Potter fanfiction novels that I said I read, there's more of them which I didn't realise, but they are, the first one is called James Potter and the Hall of Elders Crossing, and if you go to jamespotterseries.com you will find the author's website. He doesn't make any, they have to be free because it's fan fiction. But no, it's like I said, I've only read the first 4, but very, very good.
Great.
Go for it.
And we were not paid to endorse that.
And we were not paid to endorse that either.
Okay, moving over to possibly our most exciting segment, 2 in a row. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
Tried something nerdy, I liked it.
This is, of course, our segment where we try out something new in the geek realm. Something new, something exciting, something we've never tried before, and we shall report back on it and give it our verdict, really. This week we have Conor, and I have no idea what exactly he's going to talk about. Conor, you have the floor.
Now, disclaimer. This is not something new for me, but it's something that I think most geeks should look at and see what they think of it. Okay. The reason for that is because I had something in mind for Tried Something Nerdy, but I didn't have enough time to go to it and try it out. So instead, I decided to talk about 2 small things. One being Reddit, and the other being Google Cardboard.
Okay.
So, what, gentlemen, would you like to hear about first?
I guess we'll go with Reddit. We'll go
Reddit?
chronologically. Go on. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Reddit.com is. Their tagline for their website is the front page of the internet. It is a very, very basic looking, very kind of it's not a very fancy website, but it is a website where you will get any news before anything else. It is shocking. After being, I'm a Redditor, which is the kind of term that is used for someone who uses Reddit. I've been a Redditor for pretty much 3 years now. And I can't get over the pattern where what'll happen was you'll have something will show up on Reddit. A day or so later, it'll show up on the Journal.ie or Daily Edge or one of those kind of news congregate websites. And then 2 days later after that, it'll show up on Facebook. And I'm just there going, I knew that ages ago. Like it's just interesting that everything seems to start when it goes viral. It seems to start from Reddit. So it's the
for our listeners who aren't quite sure what Reddit is it a type of, Wikipedia? Do people put up their own things? Is this where the news is coming from? Kind of sell it to us.
Okay, so to summarize it in a sentence, Reddit is a forum. Okay, that's the easiest way to say it, but it's a little bit more than that. So first of all, what's really nice about Reddit is, unlike most user-based websites, you don't have to register. All you have to do is you click on Reddit, you click register, you make a username, you make a password, you're done. You do not have to give an email, you do not have to give whatever, which is really good because a lot of people use what is called throwaway accounts. So if they have an account and they want to tell their story or share something that they don't want linked back to their actual identity, they just make a quick account and then they never log in again. A throwaway account. I'm on my 3rd or 4th account now. Every now and then I just change just because I don't want to keep track of what's going on. So basically you log in and you will have an option of a whole load of what are called subreddits. So a subreddit is essentially a smaller forum dedicated to a particular topic. So if it exists, it has a subreddit. That's the easiest way to explain. There are over 5,400 subreddits on Reddit as of January 2016.
And what are people using these subreddits for?
So these subreddits would be different, based on different topics. So what we're going to talk about later, Pokemon Go. The day the trailer was released, the Pokemon Go subreddit was created.
Oh.
So somebody saw the trailer and was like, we have to have a subreddit for this, went and created it. There is a Pokemon subreddit. There is a Game of Thrones subreddit. There's a subreddit for the books, A Song of Ice and Fire, and then there's one for the TV series Game of Thrones. There's a subreddit. Just name some of your interests and I'll tell you whether or not there is a subreddit.
Courgettes.
That's not an interest of yours, Fran. That's a cheat, and you're a liar. But there's plenty of subreddits about growing vegetables, about organic things. There's also cooking. There's like if it exists, it has a
Dragon Age, since it's topical for myself and Fran. Now there's going to be a subreddit for that. And why will this subreddit benefit us as Dragon Age players?
Okay, so when game subreddits are kind of tricky because when the game is new, they're very, very useful in the sense of
very active.
Very active, yeah. Now, when Dragon Age is a little bit older as games go, so its subreddit will be more for the diehard fans who are replaying maybe, or maybe they're saying, oh, I tried something new, like I'm playing with, I haven't played Dragon Age, so I'm just making this up, but I'm trying to go through without dying once.
Okay.
You know, and they would tell a story and there'd be screenshots of how they're getting on. The thing that's brilliant about Reddit is that because its content is user-based, it's real genuine stories you're reading about, or real genuine tips or tricks that work. So I'll just kind of go through a couple of things first. So first of all, it's only 10 years old. Well, only 10 years. It's old as the internet goes, but it's been around for a while. It's kind of where a lot of the internet acronyms come from. So OP, do you know what that means?
Original post.
There you go. Original poster. That comes from
Reddit. So
for example, if Fran put up a post about a particular craft cider that he enjoys, then if anyone's referring back to what Fran said, they would say, well, like OP said, NSFW.
Not suitable for work.
Comes from Reddit. Well done, Fran.
Yes.
SFW.
Much like this podcast.
SF.
SFW.
Safe
for work also comes from Reddit. So AMA? No, that's one that's very, very interesting. And
I have seen it everywhere though.
Yeah, and when I say it, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know what it's got." It's Ask Me Anything.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Ask Me Anything.
Yeah. So the AMA part of Reddit is actually so well received, and so people are very excited about it when it happens. That they actually have their own separate app. So there's loads of Reddit apps. There's unofficial and official ones, but the Reddit AMA app is quite popular as well.
Yeah, they're very interesting. It didn't. You could probably correct me on this, Fran. Was it Patrick Rothfuss or Brandon Sanderson or another fantasy author that did an AMA recently?
Oh, they do them very regularly.
Yeah.
Rothfuss did a live tweet session recently. Now, whether he did also the Reddit one, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But I know that it's an excellent way for authors to communicate with a wide range of fans.
It's an excellent way for
anyone to get one-on-one
so to
with the fans.
explain what an AMA is. AMAs, Ask Me Anythings, are just a live kind of forum or tweet session. They usually last for around 3 hours. And they always say at the top, running from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or whatever. They will always have an exact time code, so is it happening now or are you reading an old one? It's fascinating. I can't think of any right now off the top of my head, but famous AMAs include some major celebrities such as Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's actually a very, very big Redditor. He is on Reddit all the time himself. And
apparently everyone should buy all of his DVDs and listen to the commentary, because apparently he's brilliant on them.
Yeah, I know.
He's literally just on commentary, and he's like, all of his movies, he's killing everybody. And
to the commentary.
Yeah, he's basically just going, look, this is the part where I kill him. He's like a 10-year-old child.
Not a racist. We repeat.
Oh god!
I think Facebook are trying to rival Reddit now with their live video stream.
I'd say good luck.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. It's
like
not.
Facebook can take on a lot of things, but I don't know if it could take on Reddit. Like even me, who doesn't use it.
I don't think it's that they can't take it on. I just think that they're so separate, and the user base is so different. Facebook, let's face it, these days Facebook is where your aunts and your mothers and your grandmothers are, and you go on it to see what the latest thing is, and you might use it to invite people to a night out or something like that.
Find us on Facebook at Geeks in the Closet.
I'm sure we're going to have some sort of a subreddit after this episode.
We didn't think about that.
I may or may not have already done that. May not. So I don't know where to start. So I suppose maybe just to explain one or two kind of things about Reddit. First of all, the website itself looks awful. It's just a white blank page with a whole load of links to different images or websites or videos, and it looks very boring.
Yeah, but they're not going for aesthetics, though.
They're not.
They're
going
going
for
for
content. They're going
content.
for the content, and they're going for what's worthwhile, and not only that, but the comments and the stories you hear. There's kind of two sides to Reddit. There's the really interesting new websites, new ideas, new trailers for movies, new videos, anything about Deadpool I've always seen on Reddit first.
Yeah.
Any of the PR stuff. So there's that kind of side of Reddit. But then the other side is the far more human side, which is a little bit more deep and meaningful and stuff, but it's very interesting, where someone will write a very well written, heartfelt story, and you'll just be fascinated by how it's so well written, and you'll hear this heartbreaking story or a very interesting story. I read one this morning where a man told a story in detail of how he saved his 6-year-old son's life through CPR just by fluke.
Sounds like Humans of New York or something.
Yeah, but it's not as cheesy as Humans in New York.
Is there any way of verifying these stories, or could someone just be like,
No,
do you know what, today I'm going to be a firefighter who saved a kitten from
but it's very interesting because whenever there is a fraud, they're called out straight away. I can't remember exact details, but there was one story where a man, or a Redditor, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, a Redditor claimed that they had been robbed or something like that, and then the top voted comment, I'll explain what that means in a second. It's not very.
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple.
It's the top voted comment.
But the karma system is very intricate. Anyway, the top voted comment was saying, "All right, it's interesting you said you were robbed, but a couple of days ago you said how you had just moved house and you were so happy." And they kind of go through someone's history and they see all the flaws. Even along the lines of someone says, "Oh, I'm a man who was beaten up by a bunch of men," but if you go through their post history, you'll see they claimed that they're a woman who was doing something else.
Okay,
frauds
total internet nonsense.
Yeah, frauds are called out frequently. So if something is upvoted and if something is very popular, it's generally perceived as legit
because it's kind of gone through the baptism of fire.
Yeah, exactly. So Reddit uses a karma system. So the karma system, just give it really quickly, there's two types of karma. You have link karma, which is basically like when someone submits an image or a video or a website, they get certain points for how good or how interesting that link is. And then there's the comment karma, which is how good or how intricate or how interesting their comments on other people's links are. And it's just all I can say is go on Reddit, settle with the idea that it looks awful and it's a bit confusing at first. Search for the subreddits of things you're interested in. So Jay, I would tell you, go onto Reddit, subscribe to the PS4 subreddit, subscribe to the Fallout 4 subreddit, subscribe to the Elder Scrolls Online subreddit, subscribe to the Dragon Age subreddit, and if you just subscribe to those, you'll be fascinated by how many different interesting things are happening in those games and on those systems. Fran, for you, I would say subscribe to the Brandon Sanderson subreddit, subscribe to the ASOIF, the Song of Ice and Fire subreddit, subscribe to the Game of Thrones subreddit, and you'll be finding out different theories and different predictions that people have on the Song of Ice and Fire series. It's just all I can say is it's something that you really have to settle into, and you'll just be drawn in. I mean, a day does not go by where I haven't checked Reddit at least 2 or 3 times a day.
Okay, I think I might actually.
I have tried. I mean, some of my authors who I follow are like doing an AMA or whatever. I have checked in on it. As you said, the physical layout of the website is quite off-putting.
Yeah, it is.
It's very 1980s internet style.
It is, isn't it?
It's very unforgivingly so. But you do get a lot of good information from it and useful.
Okay, I think I'm going to make an executive call as a moderator this week, and I think we might save talking about the Google VR for next week, where we might actually talk about general virtual reality hype.
Yeah, because that was one thing I was kind of concerned about talking about this. I was saying like, if I do, we're going to go down the road of other VR. So we'll talk about.
I'd save it for next week. I like the way every episode. I say every episode is the third episode. We're deciding, we'll do this next time.
Hey, look, a trend is a trend.
Absolutely. Okay, so moving on then, what Conor would say for this week, our next segment is all about Pokémon Go. And I kind of thought we'd start this with maybe our personal Pokemon histories in maybe 30 seconds or less.
How about we make it 2 minutes or less, and then we can all grab another beer or cider and possibly pee breaks.
Well, Fran keeps writing. Actually, I need to pee. I think he thinks he needs my permission or something. I don't.
You are the moderator. It's quite reminiscent of that scene from The Shining, where like it's written, "I need to pee everywhere, all over the walls."
Okay, Francis, you may go, but you must be back in time for to explain to our listeners what your
I'll also
Pokemon
bring
history
beverages
is.
for everybody.
Yes, you shall.
Yes, good boy.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start because I need to pee after France, and then I can go. I love how
I'm going to be left by myself. Okay,
No, you're not. You're not. Fran. Where do we pick up from?
I'm just gonna start and I'm gonna lead it straight back into you. Okay.
We're recording.
He's recording this now, so I can lead him whenever we want. Okay.
Okay, will we give him a silent moment?
Let's just let him.
No, he's saying
let
no.
Let him pour, and we're done. Okay. So now that Fran has had oh god, let's start that again. Now that Fran has had his Pikachu, let's start with our personal Pokemon history, starting with Conor.
Okay.
In 30 seconds or less, go.
Okay, I said it before in episode 1, I believe. I asked for Pokemon Blue. Basically, I've played every generation of Pokemon all the way through. I'm a big fan. More of the games than the anime, and I am currently only 20 Pokemon off from having a full living dex.
Ooh, that's it? You're done?
Yeah, 20
Oh,
Pokemon.
great. Okay, so straight over to me then. I have a long sordid history with the Pokemon line. I watch the anime every single morning, got up at 7:30 especially to do that. I was one of the last in my class to actually get a Pokemon game, and I felt very, 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 very bad about that. Everyone had red and blue. I played them as much as they would let me do it. I eventually got yellow for my birthday. I was the happiest little boy in the world, and since then I have played at least one game, possibly 2 games in every franchise generation, excluding Mystery Dungeon and all that stuff.
Oh, no one plays that.
No one counts that. Over to Fran.
My first Pokemon memory is sitting at home eating my dinner, and an episode came on TV, and it was the Clefairy episode. I remember thinking, this is just another shocking kids TV program. I was too proud to even watch it. Then my cousins gave me a bootleg Pokemon Red version for the computer. Fell in love with it, and then kind of had to eat my earlier words. Watched every episode, collected all the cards, played all the games, continued to play until Pokemon Soul Silver, and then basically I just didn't upgrade to new consoles, so I haven't played anything since. Still like it, fond place in my heart, but probably will never play another game again because I'm probably not likely to buy another Nintendo console.
I'll lend you mine.
That breaks. That breaks.
Well, no,
my heart.
it's something I got to grips with a long time ago.
Oh, no.
I think we can drag him down with the depths of Pokemon again.
Yeah, I think
it's
we
going to
can.
happen. Okay. Well, moving into our conversational piece about Pokemon Go now, I think I'm going to go first because I have a funny feeling we might have to stop Conor at some point.
Well, no, I've that, but I can be brief.
He just pointed to a paragraph on his page.
Yeah, Conor could do an hour special on Pokemon. So I'm just going to say there's things I'm looking forward to with Pokemon Go, and there's things that I'm absolutely dreading.
Well, this could be the Pokemon game that gets me back into Pokemon because I do have an Android phone, so I don't need a new console.
Okay, so very briefly, Pokemon Go, as we've said before, is going to be an Android game. It is free to play. It's taking you out of the world. You are the Pokemon trainer. You are going out into the real world, and you are capturing Pokemon. That is the premise of this game. Things I'm looking forward to. The sense of adventure. I am physically going to be going out into the world and playing a game at the same time. I'm not just going to be in my bedroom playing a game in the dark. I'm going to be out anywhere in all weathers.
That sounds bleak, man.
It does when you say it out loud. It does. It does when you say it out loud. But this game might change all that. This game might take us into the light. We could be down in Phoenix Park this summer.
And we see the
capturing
Statler.
Pokemon.
Call them Statler?
There could be Statler everywhere.
Yeah.
Or
there
a
should
sauce
be.
book.
Or
some sauce book. There's a lot of deer type Pokemon.
But two.
Is there a third? No, there's that other one, the grass type. What? No, that is a sauce book. I've been proven wrong.
Yeah,
okay, moving on. The adventure I'm really looking forward to.
No, that is going to be a big element that I really, really am looking forward to. And to back you up on that, I have what I have is kind of confirmed information, definitely from either Niantic or Nintendo or Game Freak.
Yeah, go.
It has been said that literally, when you're playing, if you walk out your front door, no matter where you are in the world, it will only take 5 minutes of walking for you to find a Pokemon.
Okay, yeah.
Do we feel like there's kind of a health
benefit.
Awareness. Like, are they doing this for that aspect?
I don't think so. I think it's just
it happens to be that way. Like you will get some sort of exercise, but I doubt you're going to earn more Pokeballs the more miles you've done or something like that. But who knows? Who knows? That's going to be a big component. The second thing I'm definitely looking forward to is the travel. And I'm only speculating here, Conor might be able to correct me, but I'm assuming different Pokemon will be more frequent in different countries. Yeah. Maybe from now on, when I head abroad, I might spend, an hour of an evening just going around to see can I find some new Pokemon. Like, might be a nice excuse to go somewhere new. Maybe I need to go to Venice.
Amsterdam. I'm told there's a hotel there.
There's a nice hotel there that would put me up, and I could go around Amsterdam looking for what Pokemon are indigenous to that area.
We're not allowed back in Amsterdam yet.
There was an incident. There was an incident
which I was not a part of.
Only two
saying
geeks.
That now.
Only two closeted geeks.
And the last thing I'm looking forward to is the idea of tournaments. Now, from what I've seen of the Super Bowl commercial and any kind of general news or hype, it is possible, let's just say the Irish Championships, which, will probably happen, will be held in Croke Park.
I know a lot of 10-year-olds are very excited about that.
Imagine going to Croke Park with thousands of people there to take part in a Pokemon tournament. Amazing.
Well, doesn't Pokemon come under the title of dirty foreign sports that the GA are so against?
Yeah, I think the GAA are more against the British sports as opposed to the Japanese games.
I suppose the Pokeball is relatively...
Listen, GAA has absolutely nothing to do with concerts, and they whore out Croke Park for concerts whenever they like, so they can do it for Pokemon too. Now I'm going to go into the things that I'm dreading before I let Conor take control or take reign. I'm really not looking forward to what I know is definitely going to happen, the microtransactions. I have this awful feeling in the pit of my stomach that you're going to start this game with 6 Pokeballs, and after that you will be able to buy another set of Pokeballs for $5.99, and you must buy these Pokeballs, otherwise you cannot progress in the game. I'm also not looking forward to the waiting times. I have an awful feeling also in the pit of my stomach, slightly underneath, kind of in the bowels, where I know when my Pokemon
get you some Motilium, man.
We are not sponsored by Motilium. Yeah. But if we are, we will.
Maybe we should explain why we keep saying that.
Because we're not sponsored by anybody.
Anyone?
Yeah. No, it's just
no one's making us say anything. This is all.
Did you hear that new law for Irish bloggers?
Yeah. Go on. What's the new law?
So basically, there's a new law that for any Irish bloggers, it doesn't say anything about podcasts, but we're just covering ourselves. That if they're being paid to cover something or talk about something or review something, they must say we are being paid to talk about this.
So they're not just saying this is a brilliant product and then all of a sudden it's not a brilliant product, it's making everyone sick or something.
Right, we should get sponsored by Jay Pritchett's Closets. No, wait, that's his other guy.
That's the other guy.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I think we're talking about closets.
Is that Modern Family? Okay, I got a reference.
Closets.
No, that's the competitor.
What's he called?
He's just Pritchett's Closets.
Pritchett's Closets.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Our legal team is researching there.
Our legal team is freaking out in the corner right now, so I'm going to move on to what I was going to say. I'm really looking forward to either is your healing wait time. I know at some point my Pokemon party is going to be defeated. It's inevitable, and I'm really dreading the app telling me it's going to take 3 days for my Pokemon party to heal.
Oh, like when you play Clash of Clans and stuff.
Yeah, but this is the mobile game. I said mobile again. This is the mobile. Yeah. This is what they do. They charge you for these things. They make it look like they're doing you a favor and it's free to play, and it really is not. I have a statistic that I got from this morning, and I didn't believe it. I had to go and check it, and I actually 3 different sources. 93% of revenue made on downloadable apps and games and things via your Android or your Apple device, 93% of them, the revenue that's made is from free-to-play games. They rope people in, they hook people in, and you have to engage with the microtransactions to progress in the game, to get further. Pokemon's very addictive. We know it's very addictive. And I'm kind of scared about that, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Is anyone else agreeing with me here?
I can relate. Over Christmas, I downloaded the basically off the back of the new Star Wars film, the Star Wars Commander game.
Yeah.
Basically, it's very much like Clash of Clans. But they give you so many gems, and gems speed up processes like building and troop training. And I didn't cop this on, and I very willy-nilly spent my 500 gems on like silly little stuff.
Yeah.
When I ran out of gems, I suddenly realised, to build this, it's going to take 14 hours. To train these many troops, it's going to take 20 minutes. To upgrade, it's going to take 4 days. And I had no more gems. So basically, I was sitting there, able to do nothing in the game unless I wanted to fork out real money. To get more gems to speed up the process.
But having said that, like myself and Jay play Clash of Clans quite regularly.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
You know, you don't have to. You just kind of have to make peace with, look, this is going to take a while. We're both at a stage now, Fran, where upgrading a building or something could take upwards of a week.
Yeah, I got to that stage in Commander, yeah.
And it's just a case of, look, you have to make peace with that. And I think it does suck. And it's a really silly way to make players continue playing the games, but it's still for free.
It could be done like that. It could be done in a way that, look, these gems, whatever you want to call them, are available and you can use them. You don't need them. You can progress otherwise. But I just have this horrible feeling that you're going to have to spend money for Pokeballs. You're going to have to spend money for Super Potions. Maybe you even have to spend money to get healed. That's what I'm worried about. That's the fear. There's nothing behind that saying that that's definitely going to happen other than experience and just a little bit of general worriedness. But it is possible. The last thing I'm worried about, and the last thing I'll say is I'm a little bit worried about the lack of depth. It's a new kind of venture. Pokemon, the draw for Pokemon for me is the story, the progression, the journey that you go on. I know this game is putting you in that place, but I'm just worried it'll be lacking that narrative, and maybe because of that it might suffer as a result, which, you know, could ruin the experience for me. But at the same time, at the moment, my looking forward to part is definitely outweighing the dreading part at the moment. I'm hoping it stays that way, but there's some genuine concerns there, and I really hope that all of them are unfounded. I really do. So Conor, you have the floor.
Well, I was thinking, Fran, do you want to say what? Do you have anything to add before I go on my spiel?
No, not really. I'm very...
we need to win him over, I think.
Okay. It's one of those... I will probably download it onto my phone. If it's not amazing, I'm not going to stick with it because I don't have any long-lasting loyalty. Like, I'm not going to feel like I'm missing out if I'm not playing this game.
Okay.
It has to be good enough for me to waste some time.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the confirmed details so far of it. First of all, there's no release date. It will be this calendar year. What's worrying me is there was supposed to be an open beta in the winter.
There is an open beta,
but it isn't. It's not open.
Oh, sorry. There's a closed beta.
There's a closed beta, but there was supposed to be an open beta which hasn't been opened, and that was supposed to be in winter. And then the game itself was supposed to release in spring, which again, as I said in the last episode, the actual 20th anniversary date is the 27th of February this year. So again, that looks like it's the time that they might release the game, but we don't know. So there's no release date. So I'm going to go through the confirmed information, right? First thing, you can definitely battle other players in-game. Okay, so if I have a team, Fran has a team, Jay has a team, we can battle each other, we can have the crack, we can compare what Pokemon we've trained, and we can basically claim who's the champion amongst us. You can also battle players you don't know by as if they're in a certain distance within you, or if they're a certain distance away from you.
Radius.
Radius. Thank you. That's the word. The alcohol is taking effect. If they're a certain radius away, you can still battle them. So there's that. Next, there are going to be Pokemon gyms.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I heard this. I am very excited about that. Physical locations?
Now, all we know is there's going to be gyms. We don't know what that means.
It has to be.
There's kind of two trains of thought for me.
Yeah.
One is that a gym will be a physical location.
Yeah.
Right? A gym will be a place where you can level up your Pokemon. I think. I don't think a gym is where you're going to go to earn a badge and beat a gym leader. I think a gym is where you go to level up.
Can I not level up in the wilds? Like, can I not?
I don't think so. I don't know. Then this is theory. The only confirmed information is there are gyms. And in the gyms you can level up. That's the confirmed information. The theory is this: one, gyms will pop up and appear in a certain area, and they'll be around for maybe 24, 48 hours. You go there, you level them up, and then the gym closes down. That's one theory. The other theory is that, similar to Ingress, which is the game I mentioned in the last episode, made by the company that is making Pokemon Go, there'll be established places that are permanently in certain locations that are kind of local landmarks. So, there's going to be gyms. Next confirmed information, there's going to be trading.
Yeah, I've heard
you can trade between players, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Next, the one thing is that the main developer in Niantic Labs has said that he grew up in a town that had less than 1,000 people in Texas, out in the countryside. As did I, as did yourself, Jay, more or less, as did yourself, Fran. We all grew up in small areas, in countryside areas. That developer has said that he was going to make sure that it's fun for those people. Great. That it's not just city based.
That's fantastic.
And I think that is so important. I think like for the person who's listening at the minute and they're out near the Burn in Clare, or they're up in Donegal, or they're
the back arse of Kerry,
wherever,
anywhere in Roscommon,
or anywhere, they're going to enjoy the game just as much as the 20-something-year-olds that are in the middle of Dublin.
Yeah.
Okay. All two of them right here.
Fantastic.
So there's that. Next, as I said earlier, if you walk out the door, 5 minutes walk, there's a Pokemon there. You're never going to be that far away from a Pokemon. Next, types and terrains. So I mentioned this briefly last time. Like I said, if you're near water, there will be water type Pokemon. If you're near a hot desert type area, there will be fire type Pokemon. If you climb a mountain, there'll be rock and ground type. If you're in a forest, there'll be lots of grass type. The terrain of real life will affect the type of Pokemon you can catch. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that when you do actually find a Pokemon, that you have your phone taken out and in some kind of augmented reality sort of thing, you pointing your phone towards it and you can actually see it on the terrain.
Into
That's what I want to see.
They should be able to do that because Snapchat have got these filters where they superimpose something over real life image. So
yes.
There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, that's what I want to see. I'm nervous about this really watch. Cool. There's a watch that's coming with it.
Actually, lads, I was listening back. We mentioned this in the last podcast, and we never went back to the watch. So I was like, what is this watch?
Yeah. I have a whole section on my page about the watch.
There's a watch, right? The watch comes with it. It's called the Pokemon Pro Plus, is it? It sticks on you. It's got a little tiny arrow-shaped thing, but it's also in the Pokeball sort of design as well.
It's kind of a cross between, you know, the pin you drop on Google Maps?
Yeah.
It's kind of that, but mixed with the Pokeball.
Could you wear this
fashionably?
As a geek,
yes, it looks quite fashionable.
Could you get it as a closeted geek hoping to play this game without getting caught?
Yes.
Could you wear this and not have questions asked?
Well, first, wear it. It's not necessary.
Okay.
It's an added extra.
What does it do if it's added?
So I'll go through that now. So basically, the idea of the Pokemon Plus hardware section of it, it's quite small. It's a little bit longer than the face of your average watch.
Yeah.
What were you gonna?
That's what she said. But
You
mentioned the watch and just killed it for me.
Alright, do you want me to set that up again for you?
No, I'll listen. I'll try and do another one.
Okay. So anyway, it's a little bit longer than the face of the watch. Anyway, and I thought he was going to go for it.
That's what she said.
Hey, you got there.
That's what she said.
Gentlemen, move on. No.
Long story short, it's you can. There's two ways. There's plenty of ways to wear it. You can wear it on a strap on your wrist as a watch. You can wear
for those people who just tuned in. He's talking about Pokemon Go.
You can wear it as a kind of a clip. So it's been shown on the kind of the strap of a backpack. It's been shown kind of on the edge of someone's jeans. You know, you can clip it on to any of your clothing or accessories or whatever. So it's kind of a little bit versatile. It does look very like a Pokeball, but it will only be recognizable as a Pokeball to people who already know Pokemon.
You have to be aware of Pokemon.
But our generation does know Pokemon. Even the cool
the
people.
Merchandise.
Yeah, but I think our generation are okay with someone wearing something that looks like a Pokeball.
Do you know what?
Someone nerdy chic can pull that off. It looks very stylish, I think.
It's actually probably the generation ahead of us who look down on us. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Gonna get real. Like the people who are slightly older than us, we're in our mid-20s.
Yeah.
I've just joined the mid-20s club.
Congrats.
They're the generation who didn't have the subculture at all.
Yeah.
So they're the guys who find it most difficult.
I think I'll wear it.
Yeah?
I think I'll wear it. Perhaps not at work, but yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to work every day, you won't need to wear, you'll find the same Pokemon
No.
Also, it really depends on what type of work you're in, if you can wear it or not.
Office Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah, or construction site.
Diaper!
Oh god, Francis.
Anyway, so the Pokemon Plus kind of accessory, the way it'll work is it will vibrate on... Oh my god, Francis! I can say no words.
He's just dragging us down, people.
Everybody listening can confirm I didn't say anything.
Your eyebrow movement said enough.
Anything.
Your eyebrow movement said enough.
Connor.
Moving on really swiftly because our time is ridiculous now. So basically, it'll alert the player when there's a Pokemon nearby, and the way it is described, and I'm nearly quoting here, is that you can then interact with the device in a subtle way
through a series of button presses.
A series of random button presses to catch the Pokemon, and you don't have to take out your phone to do it.
Yeah, but you also don't know what Pokemon it is, so
no,
I am not going to be doing that.
Well, that only works if you're...
I'm like, that's my 5th Caterpie. Why did I waste the Pokeball? I could spend $5.99 on
that. Your theory on Pokeballs is correct, then that's going to be shocking.
It kind of depends on the...
I will be taking out the phone and I'll be saying, no more Butterfree for me. Thank you.
I can't believe it's not Butterfree. If you can't something else, you have to say that.
Well, we just found the name of this episode.
And just an extra bonus, there is going to be a very long battery life on that Pokemon Plus.
Oh, thank God! Imagine trying to capture a Mewtwo and you're like, no, the battery just dead.
Went. Yeah. Well, you wouldn't know it was a Mewtwo because you're not looking at your screen.
I will be because I won't be using the Pokemon.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Pokemon did this already, guys. I had the pedometer.
They had a pedometer. It's
literally, Conor, it was a pedometer shaped like a Pokemon.
No, I know.
You clipped onto your pants.
Yeah.
You walked. You caught stuff. You didn't know what you caught until you came back onto your Game Boy.
Yeah, but the difference of that was it was... I can't put it. It was like this Pokemon Plus thing is going to be based on location. So if you're walking around the streets of Dublin, you will catch Pokemon that can only be caught in the streets of Dublin.
Yeah, you want to be going
with the Pokemon
walking on purpose.
With the pedometer thing that came out with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah,
that's only going to be. They were only for if you had Soul Silver. Wasn't
Soul
it?
Silver, yeah.
So your pedometer would only catch Pokemon in Soul Silver.
Okay.
So that's where
this is real world. This is you need to be going to certain places to.
Moving on, what you're going to also like is that there will be no ads. Now, that's...
Woo!
Yay!
Yes!
Your game is free, but also, to compound your fears, how else are they going to make their money other than microtransactions? If there's no ad space on the app, and it's free to download, the only way they make money is microtransactions.
I heard that Nintendo have made enough money that they don't ever have to make a profit for the next 20 years.
Yeah, but they're not going to commit.
I don't believe that.
They're not going to make corporate suicide. Like there are going to be microtransactions. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, there are. No, they definitely are. But I disagree.
How optional they are is the question.
This is the thing. I think they're going to be quite optional. I have played Ingress, which is the other game, the other GPS based game that's made by Niantic Labs. Mm-hmm. I've played that, and there's nothing you can do in that game that you don't need microtransactions in that game.
Yeah,
you don't, and you can play it perfectly fine. I'm not even sure if there are microtransactions in that game.
Okay.
So I think in the spirit of that, the spirit of Game Freak, the spirit of Nintendo, they are making this as a love letter to all Pokemon fans.
Oh, that's lovely way of putting it.
That's my belief.
They have some very dedicated fans, like the
Well, you think of it. I mean, the only people who are going to be downloading it and playing it are adults.
Yeah.
You know, and like one little point I thought was interesting was that they kind of stressed that if your kid is into it, you can get them to wear the Pokemon Plus thing. The kind of watch thing,
nice.
Right? They catch the Pokemon and
they get bullied. I see where this is going.
Yeah. You don't have to take out your phone or tablet or device.
You don't get picked
for
on
them to catch the Pokemon. So if you're a dad or a mum or whatever, and you're texting or emailing or playing Clash of Clans, which is most likely what you're doing if you're listening to this podcast, you don't have to hand your phone over to your son or daughter or whatever to catch the Pokemon. They can just do it using the device. There's no screen on it. It's just, that's one thing. So I don't know how it's going to work yet. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, my last very, very last thing is it is 100% definitely going to be free to download. That has been confirmed on numerous occasions. Yeah. So that's it. My fears are pretty much the same as yourself, Jay. Microtransactions. I'm going to wonder how important they are, how integral they are to play. And my big fear is how many Pokemon are going to be in a given area. They've said, there's going to be a Pokemon 5 minutes away no matter where you are. But
that's going to be
variety.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're in the middle of Dublin city centre, are you going to just be...
Lots of Pidgeys everywhere.
Rattata, what's the other one? The pigeon kind of one. Actually,
Pidgeotto.
Spearow.
Spearow and Fearow.
No, it's grey and it turns into Unpheasant in the end.
That sounds far-fetched.
Oh! There's a Pokemon called
it's only Gen 1 confirmed so far. So
no, it's not. All 721.
Really?
I said that last episode as well. You weren't listening.
No.
All 721.
Not at all.
Okay. All 721. Okay. So I am, as I said, it's my game of the year that I'm expecting. Okay. I'm really looking forward to it. And when I know more, when I know newsworthy info, whoever's doing the news that week, I will let them know.
We're on Pokemon Watch. Right, well, I'm going to end this segment with my Pokemon dream. And my Pokemon dream, let's call it Jay's Pokemon dream, is... Let's imagine Jay rocking up to a Pokemon tournament. He steps up onto the podium, because clearly I'll be a finalist. And I will throw out a Pokeball. And in Yu-Gi-Oh fashion, that Pokemon will appear. Everyone can see it. You don't need any funny glasses. This is pure hologram technology. You will see that Pokemon in real life battling. Let's make it happen. I know. It's going to be beautiful. Okay, let's move on to our very final piece before we say farewell. This is our segment where we talk about the upcoming zombie apocalypse, which we fondly call Zazu. Your zombie apocalypse survival update. Well, I'm going to go first since my week in geek I was talking about playing The Walking Dead, and instead of saying something goofy that I've just come up with on the spot, I've actually thought about this week because, Walking Dead, a bit topical.
Breaking tradition.
Breaking tradition a little bit. It is the third episode. Tradition's kind of hard to make in 3 episodes. But, having said that, during the zombie apocalypse, at some point a zombie is going to try and bite you. It is inevitable. It is going to happen. Your natural reaction when this happens is to put your arm forward. No matter what you say to yourself, what you convince yourself about, you are going to do that. You're going to protect your vital organs. You're going to protect your neck. You're going to stick that arm out there so the arm takes the brunt of it. What I'm saying to our listeners now is invest in some sort of a padded glove. I'm talking welding gloves. I'm talking, if you live out the country somewhere and you're hawking, use your hawk glove thing, whatever that's called. Get one of them. So then you can take the bite like a champ and then stab the zombie with your pointy accessory. And that's my...
Speaking of which, I went to the dentist last week to get a filling. 3 injections before I was numb. 3? 3! I think I found my very, very mild superpower, which is resistance to anesthesia. She was like... She actually started on me 3 times.
Hey!
And every time I could feel it, and she gave me 3 injections.
Okay.
Before my face went numb.
Is this your Zazu? Like, I am impressed, but is this your Zazu?
No, it's just more related to biting. I realise my error now in bringing this up. But
okay, Fran, what is your Zazu survival tip?
Well, it's hard to beat last week's one, but
which you stole.
But if I was to give one, I would, start doing some cardio training now, because, like Conor said last week, you will have to leave your house at some stage, and only the fleet of foot are likely to survive. So start off, do the whole, couch to 5k training, build itself up. Any anaerobic exercise is good, and you look better too.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. Get active, people. Get off your couches. Prepare for the zombie apocalypse.
Maybe Pokemon Go will help people prepare for the zombie apocalypse.
This is it. That should have been someone.
Segment linking.
Yeah. Well done, Conor. You want to steal? Would you like to steal that now? You can steal that.
I could steal that, but I'm not gonna, because I don't really know what's going on. I'm on my fourth can, and I'm a lightweight. Right, so my Zazu tip, as always, I'm going to be sensible and think ahead, is going to be when you're out there in the midst of the horde, throw away or do not use any serrated edges. Serrated edges, whether they be on a machete, a long blade, or a short blade, they get snagged and get stuck when you're trying to pierce the skull to damage the brain. The smooth edge is what you want, so you can slide that blade right out and go straight for your next zombie.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that got deep.
Don't piss off Conor.
Don't piss off Conor.
He knows stuff.
Do you know what? I really think that this segment's not good for me because I take it too seriously.
You do take it very seriously. Like, I'm talking about running and like
the dark side of the force is very.
It's not that. It's just that I think I read that book years ago. And
Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Yes,
that was an excellent book.
Well done, you. No, I read Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. And I just I can't take zombies anything but seriously now as a result. Don't read it. It's very good, but don't read it. It'll ruin you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so I guess that's it for this week. If anyone would like, I'm ruining this. If anyone, this is not smooth. It's been smooth for episode 1 and episode 2.
But
if
you know
anybody
what? Hang on, wait. I got it.
Go.
Right, you ready? Okay, so let's just listener, pretend you didn't hear my tip. I'm gonna say it again. So when you go for a weapon, throw away your serrated edges because you need a smooth blade just so you can pull it out. Speaking of smooth, I think we should talk about plugging our website. No.
Oh God! If they want to reach us, Francis, how can they?
I tried.
Well, I don't know. Really, that's really bad, Conor. That's really bad.
Francis, our Twitter.
Okay, our Twitter is @GeeksITC.
And our Facebook, Conor?
Our Facebook, if you search for us as Geeks in the Closet, you will find us as a group on Facebook. Like us and share us.
And as always, you can find us at geeksinthecloset.com. Rate, share, and subscribe. Jay out.
Fran out of the
closet?
No, I forgot that it has other connotations. Fran, finished. Fran, not talking anymore. Fran, done. Fran, passing over to Conor. Conor sitting in silence. Conor, Fran.
We're gonna edit this, right? This is gonna be edited.
It's my birthday.
Thank you for joining us on our most edited episode ever.
I wanted to see how long I can see Conor.
This episode's gonna be 3 minutes long after you take out all the other crap.
Oh God! I have to say it so we can end the episode. Conor out.
Bye. Someone had to say it. It was hanging there.
So whoever thought drinking while we did this podcast was a good idea. No.
This is the worst episode ever.
No.
Oh God.
I feel dirty.